things added to a headset since, what? Sliced bread, man. Bread and headphones. Boom.
Those are the two things for Steve. Those are the two. This is the apex for Steve. Up next, we have CYG BST Daigo, as I said, versus UTGS CeroBlast. Canadian player.
About to be good.
Has become strong in the last 2 years, and he is a hard player to get a beat on a lot of the time. You know, kind of a unpredictable style, has ideas and tools that most Kens don't bring out. Not just in sort of, oh, I did a random DP, but in, you know, funky hurricane kick timings, funky mid-screen, mid-range dragon punches sometimes. He will jump in times that are a little different. So it's a different style than most Kens use nowadays. I feel like the Kens who remain have been largely whittled down to kind of just ground control for the most part. Very rare with EX Air Tatsu, that kind of thing. But CeroBlast still brings that stuff out.
Yeah, very
Run a lot.
staggered kind of, you know, offensive like play style that you see. You called out like some, you know, those spaced out hurricane kicks sometimes.
Yeah.
Just those DPs in these weird situations that always seem to find their place. That's a very much CeroBlast kind of game style.
Right.
Want to see how that goes up against Daigo, because right now, in favor of CeroBlast.
Yeah, you know, Daigo, I mean, probably knows who CeroBlast is. Probably done a little bit of research on this. But even if not, or even if so, it's still going to take a little while to actually get used to what CeroBlast brings out. Like I said, very few Kens actually do the EX Air Hurricane nowadays.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's really easy. I feel like Daigo is one of the people started scouting out where you just walk forward, and sometimes if they misplace it, you probably get right under it, and that's going to give you a chance to punish. Speaking of which, nice block on that switch up right there after trigger activation. And following up with that EX Fireball, CeroBlast still in this. Spinning the rest of that trigger. Yeah. You thought that was going to work?
Yeah. Well, it's a call. I mean, it neutralizes fireballs as it moves forward. So if there had been like a V-skill misplaced or something from Daigo, that would have worked. But you got to look for the beast to have the right call.
Nice Sobot. Daigo getting a lot more active in the neutral now. Oh, you see CeroBlast.
It's a grounded play all of a sudden from CeroBlast. This is more commonly where you see Kens play. Here we go. Ooh, can't imagine that was the intention.
Okay, gets a throw though. Still looking good for CeroBlast. Looking for something after that throw tech, but no. Crouching medium kick. Good guarding on the lows. As soon as I say that, gets opened up, but a sweep.
Back tech made the overhead whip.
Still ready with the flash kick. Daigo gets the throw right after.
Look at the resources on both sides. They're both fully stocked. Daigo walks up, gets a little bit. It's just a little bit of damage here and there. Hopefully, for his sake, to shut CeroBlast down. But now CeroBlast, big plus frames. He's in there.
All right, nice. Gets the throw, walks up, goes for the beginning of that target combo. Daigo doesn't take
Got him.
bait, gets the cross up.
Oh, buddy.
Nothing big comes from it. You can see Daigo back it up, getting prepared for that jump EX Tatsu to get in.
Right. For sure. He's looking for a ground Tatsu or jump EX Tatsu for sure.
Just waiting. And you see Daigo really hesitant to throw out fireballs because he knows that's what CeroBlast is looking for.
Yeah, and he's walked himself back into the corner. You know, if you're CeroBlast, having shown that in the first round, man, now, awesome Footsie's game. So you got to think back to his loss in the first round as part of why he ends up winning this one, because like you said, Daigo's looking now for Air Hurricane, for Jump EX Hurricane, and the like. And so is not zoning, is just walking backwards, expecting CeroBlast to do something ill-advised. Instead, CeroBlast, with the grounded footsie's control, ends up taking the round.
Yeah, first round on the side of CeroBlast. This is a first match. Set for a first game point coming up. Oh, nice. Gets the close strong.
Hey, look, if zoning was not working out, maybe you just pressure instead.
Exactly. I feel like that's an acquired ability when you're Daigo. Gets the throw, another throw. No flash kicks coming from Daigo. This is very uncharacteristic. EX goes for the overhead to follow up. Tried to bait out the flash kick right there.
CeroBlast is in here.
There it is. EX Fireball was going to dash up right behind it. Another EX on top of it. Daigo's still ready. Life in favor finally.
Okay, it is Guile's turn after that. He took the risk, and he's not dead.
We talked about this, that very unconventional placement. Crouching medium kick to close it out. You spoke about CeroBlast using very unconventional tools at times. That was the first we had seen of it coming out. But even still, Daigo, I felt like that's the part Daigo did a lot of research on. Like, okay, there's going to be a time where CeroBlast is going to want to get in a little unconventionally, going to use some of these special moves at a range that's not, typical of others, but still effective. I need to be ready for that. And I think that was the call to. That's what he was ready for. Daigo with the hair going a little crazy up there, man. Going full primal mode right now.
Yeah, they got pretty different takes on the hair right there, both those two players.
But yeah, that was actually for CeroBlast, that really wasn't a bad turnout. It was just that's a lot of data to get. You know, you go 1-1 for the first game. You still got a whole nother game behind you. There's very obvious things you can change up. You saw he's been a lot more aggressive. That means you're going to have to control that neutral a little bit more. But other than that, I mean, you still have a fighting chance right here. Catches that neutral play with the crush counter sweep. Oh, crush counter of his own Daigo. Oh, nice. And once again, just called out with that hard punch DP right there.
Such an unusual placement. Daigo didn't seem like he intended to press a button there. He was just waiting.
Sobot, CeroBlast takes the chance to jump back. Oh, tries to go for that sweep again.
What an action.
Yeah. The V-skill cancel still. Daigo at the ready.
Lots of little staggers here from Daigo, who knows that the next hit's going to win it for him. But CeroBlast is still alive. If he finds 2 more hits, there's one. Give me the second one, and that's the round. Ooh. Nice V reversal that came out as boom instead, probably?
Possibly.
A little outside of the range. But Daigo's still doing this little back and forth here. It's not dedicated zoning in any sense. It's more about, I think, giving as few chances as possible for CeroBlast's style to make an impact.
Yeah, on top of that, being very safe to the options that CeroBlast has available, the things that CeroBlast has already shown. And like once again, Daigo, the minute he sees an opening, he's already starting his offense back again. Tech in the middle of the screen, nice. That anti-air crouch jab from Daigo. Oh, ooh, the call out after the EX.
CeroBlast may be getting a little ahead of himself on some of these things, and Daigo's close to taking it now. A hit or two away, depending on which one it is. All right, activates, plus frames. Backdash, there's been a grab each time. Here he goes,
finally.
Juggle it, yes! CeroBlast is alive again. Patience out of Daigo, and then as soon as CeroBlast had reached a range that was no longer free pressure, that's when the jab came out. It was safety first there for Daigo.
Yeah, he played that very smart, and you can tell. I feel like there was a lot of research that went into that. Knowing not to swing in some of those instances, especially not even going for flash kick in a lot of these instances where we see Daigo typically say, you know what, I know that you want to take that step forward. I mean, going the opposite side, just waiting instead for CeroBlast. I feel like there was a lot more intel on that than perceived.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
Still a really good set of Street Fighter by both. CeroBlast living up to that name, man. That was actually some still really good, well-played, thought out, but it's just Daigo, man.
He's fun to watch. But I really like that he has this weird kind of set of options that few people bring out. At the same time, he's definitely capable of just playing like a strong footsies game. That's what we saw at the end of the second round, where he ended up getting the crouching medium kick confirm into super. Like, that side of his game is there. It's just that also there's this wild side that is unpredictable, and that is to his benefit in some cases, but against Daigo, who's had